You're watching ABC 17 KMIZ, where the news comes first.
In the first 7 minutes on ABC 17 News at 6, Black Friday shopping has just begun. I'm Heather Horgan, and I'll let you know how the crowds are this year.
And hundreds of people showed up to Alameda Creighton's Everybody Eats Thanksgiving meal. We've got details on how many were fed and how many people helped with the event.
And it's going to be a cold night ahead of us. I'll show you your Black Friday shopping forecast as well as track warmer air on the way in the first 7 minutes.
ABC 17 News at 6 on KMIZ starts now.
And it is now 6 o'clock on this Thanksgiving night. That means some stores are open already for Black Friday sales. A good evening. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I'm Evan Millward. The mega deals have persuaded a lot of folks to forego the turkey, or at least do it a little earlier, and instead line up while the sun was still out. Right now, Toys R Us and Walmart are among the biggest retailers already open. New at 6 tonight, ABC 17's Heather Horgan joins us live from Walmart on West Broadway in Columbia, where the doors are now open. Heather, how are the crowds out there?
Evan, it is a full house here tonight. As you can see, the parking lot is packed. It is impossible to even find a parking spot. And now Walmart does do their Black Friday shopping a little differently than most stores around here. They actually let their shoppers wait in line. And actually, when I was talking to some other shoppers out at Toys R Us and Target today, they were saying how they were trying to avoid Walmart because they knew it would be such a big crowd. But then we're kind of sad they didn't come here because it was cold and they didn't like waiting out in the line in the cold. Now, this is just one of the 3 Walmarts in Columbia. There are thousands of people inside those doors. They will be open until midnight tonight, and I will continue to let you know how the crowds continue over the night. Reporting live in Columbia, Heather Horgan, ABC 17 News.
Heather, I don't know how they do it at this point. I'd already be cutting into nap time. Thanks a lot. Macy's, Kohl's, and Target also open in less than 2 hours. They're open tonight at 8 o'clock. Alameda Creighton's Everybody Eats is a Thanksgiving tradition in Columbia. It's happened here for the past 15 years, but tonight they have wrapped up with the event without the event's charismatic leader. ABC 17's Joe McLean was at the event today. He joins us now with the details of the program's 16th year tonight. Joe?
Yes, this was the first time Everybody Eats has happened without Almeda being there, as she sadly passed away a few weeks ago. Now her son Tyrone is leading the event, and the only problem seemed to be too much help. Stamper Commons was packed from 9 this morning to 4 this afternoon as volunteers and hungry citizens shared in a Thanksgiving meal. Food was prepared for 350 to 500 people, and the event was made possible by the generosity of businesses and organizations and a lot of volunteers. About 150 people signed up last night, but more than 200 showed up today to volunteer. Scott Crystal, a spokesperson for the event, said it's hard to complain about too much help.
The community has stepped up tremendously, both with food donations, the turkeys, the sides, cash donations, so purchases could be made of things that were needed, even at the last minute. Everybody's been helping out one way or the other, or socializing, finding things to do. It was a really good problem to have.
And the donations were impressive as well. Alive in Christ Lutheran Church donated 1,000 dessert items, and Veterans United, I'm told, made a very generous cash donation, the amount of which was not disclosed. And the Mizzou Athletics Association donated 200 football tickets for Saturday's game. They did that in Almeda's memory. Those were raffled off earlier this afternoon. Evan, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe. Always a good community rallying event. Tyrone Creighton does plan to continue the program next November. Now, this year, one thing was noticeably missing, the baskets. Creighton says they ran out of time to do them this year, but they do want to bring those back next year, too. The Salvation Army also hosted a Thanksgiving dinner at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Columbia today. Dessert donations such as cookies, cakes, brownies, and pies were being requested, and we're told they had plenty for the feast. Hundreds came to the meal from 11 to 1 today. The pastor of the Salvation Army tells us this year's event was unlike any she's ever seen.
We have had more volunteers than we could ever use. People have just been calling and asking to volunteer, and so we've signed up at least 10 volunteers per hour to serve desserts, to serve the food, and thankful to this fabulous place here. Lee's famous chicken, it has really, really, really been something great. I've never seen anything like this before.
And the regional director says Lee's Chicken is a strong supporter of the Salvation Army. In Jefferson City, Immaculate Conception Parish also fed the needy a Thanksgiving meal. The parish said anyone in need of company or a meal on this holiday was welcome. That took place between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Meals were also delivered to those who couldn't make it physically to the